in the books, sitting in first place. Who is it?
It's Kenji Samura, right?
It's Kenji Samura. Former player of the year, and tied with him, another Japanese superstar, Takuya Usawa, the Prague champion, the other 7-0 player.
Two players who've demonstrated a fair bit of limited prowess.
Absolutely.
In the last year. Usawa won Pro Tour Prague. We talked about Kenji Samura won 2 GPs.
Yeah, look, they actually drafted next to each other.
Top 8 did another one, and then went on that famous 8-0 tear at Pro Tour Kobe to earn his top 8 berth with, the pointing of the bricks, right up against his back the whole time.
So Kenji and Takuya drafted next to each other at the last table. They're set up for the collision course, round 8. The two of them will get paired against each other.
That's how we start things tomorrow. It's going to be great.
That should be fun. So if you look at the next slide, you can see Kenji had a pretty interesting match in round 7, the last round tonight. Had to take on John Sane, and I thought Sane had this match. Did you see how Game 3 ended?
It is a classic Holy Pakula moment.
So, Sonny plays Fireball Kavu, kills a guy, Token comes in, he blocks and kills that. Kenji has to ping the Fireball Kavu, loses his Prodigal Pyromancer. So, Kavu takes out 3 guys.
3 guys in one stone.
Right. Kenji manages to stabilize, comes back again, but now here comes Evolution Charm to get the Fireball Kavu back.
Serving as a regrowth.
Fireball Kavu, kill that guy, Dreamstalker, pick up the Kavu, kill another guy. Kavu's back in Sonny's hand, ready to take out guys number 6 and 7.
So John Sonny won, right?
Off the top,
Holy Pakula.
Dreamstalker turns into 6 less life for John Sonny, and Kenji wins the game anyway.
Unbelievable. Fade, I think Scott John said fade to black.
Right, Fireball Kavu's in the hand going, I'm ready for round 3. Wait, where did the lights go? So, awesome match there. That's how Kenji got to 7-0.
Yeah.
And then look at the next match, also going on in the feature match area. We thought we were going to have a third undefeated, but there was actually a draw between Mike Ron and Willie Edel. Tough match. It actually ended with Ron is serving. He attacks for the win, but Edel has got the temporal isolation to shut off the 6-6. Oh, but it gets bounced back to the hand, which means the damage actually resolves because the isolation isn't around anymore. So that forced the draw. That was sort of the Game 2 ended as time was 2 minutes before the round ended. So those guys are sitting just a half a match back.
Cut 2 points back.
Tied with them.
Sebastian
Rookie of the year, Sebastian Taylor. Sebastian Algiage. He changed his name. He's sitting in great shape. He's sitting in 5th place. He won the Rookie of the Year award last year, and the kid looks like he's for real.
Yeah, I mean, he has. I did a thing in my column where I talked about different ways people were invited, how many different ways people were invited to this event. I mean, he had 4 different invitations to this tournament.
Nice.
And there isn't even a Rookie of the Year invite.
Yeah. So I mean, you run down the list of players. This is
a really impressive top 8, top 16, top 32. No matter how you slice the top of the standings.
John Sane, Johan Sadicpour, Hall of Famer Rob Dougherty. 6-1.
So what Rob did this weekend is he's just playing with 60 cards. He figured, I can't win. No, he didn't. But Rob is not known for his success with 40 cards at all. He does not have other than team events, does not have a high-profile limited finish. But he's 6-1, and I mean he did a fair amount of practice.
Right behind him, Rich Hohen, to the surprise of absolutely no one, sitting at 6-1. 11th place, that's where he's going to finish up, right? Never seems to actually make the top 8, but he's always in the top 16. Quentin Martin still tied. He's in 12th place.
Pro Tour LA top 8 member Irvin Tormos.
Yeah, Osip put up a 6-1.
Osip had his only loss was to John Sane.
There you go. So top of the standings is awesome. There's Ben Rubin hanging out in 26.
Helmut Sommersberger, someone I think is someone you should be keeping an eye on this year. He had a phenomenal year last year. He's got a really high player level. I think he might be level 5 or level 4, but I mean and without any spectacular Pro Tour finishes, he's just a really, really solid player. He's someone you should be watching for. I think he's a dark horse to top 8 this event right now. He's in 25th place. Someone to definitely keep an eye out.
You got to give it up for Ben Rubin too, sitting in 26th place. X1-1. He's on the Hall of Fame ballot this year. It's a tough ballot.
You have to keep an eye out for is Ben Rubin.
The Hall of Fame ballot this year looks pretty rough. Some people have him on the bubble on the side out. Some people have the bubble on the side in.
What would a top 8 do?
Yeah. Make the tough
A lot
ballot.
of people said that if Chris Pakula had played at U.S. Nationals or followed up his Philadelphia experience with another event and maybe another finish, that might have been enough to push him over the top.
He missed Hall of Fame by 1 vote.
What happens to Ben Rubin? Arguably one of the just most dominating players in the game for a period of time, certainly in the Masters Series.
Yeah.
right? Beating John Finkel
Absolutely.
in the Masters,
Kids
just
can
going
play. No,
sweeping a Masters, and then like nearly sweeping another Masters before running a foul.
Right.
What happens if this guy suddenly posts a top 8 finish, late in his career?
Right.
Fresh in the minds of voters.
Fair enough. Other thing this Pro Tour is going to be known for, I mean, we'll see. You hit the ocean of 5 and 2s there. A lot of talent going to be playing tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. But, I mean, I think you go to the next slide. The thing this Pro Tour is going to be remembered for, the ski trip. People are going to be talking about this thing for years. Everybody's got, the Geneva hats and, 2 busloads of players headed out to the slopes. The Swiss Alps, what better place to learn how to ski?
Someone fell, right?
Yeah, I managed to fall right in front of the camera on script. Here I'm actually not falling, so that's even better. I mean, I think one of the buses, about half the people had never skied before. So you've got, Paulo Vitor Damarosa had never seen snow before.
That to me is one of the great stories, actually, to come out of this event that doesn't involve having a deck in front of you.
It's a lot of what the Pro Tour lifestyle is about.
That's what I mean. It's just people who've been to Hawaii and they've been to Prague and now going skiing and seeing snow for the first time. I mean, what a remarkable, transformative experience.
It was a cool trip. It was a very cool trip. A lot of fun. A couple of drafts got snuck into the afternoon. It was a good time. The other thing this Pro Tour is all about, Planar Chaos made its debut. What are the top comments that everybody should be drafting? Red and blue seem to be the consensus best colors.
Right. Deepest colors, deep colors in Time Spiral, and remain deep with powerful commons.
Yep.
In Planar Chaos.
Yeah, red and blue, the removal colors.
The removal colors.
That's the thing with blue. Suddenly it's a removal color between Shaper Parasite, Erratic Mutation, Piracy Charm.
Right.
You use blue to kill stuff. You pick up all your removal spells in the third pack.
And oddly enough, red still kills stuff.
Red does still kill stuff. The Pyromancer, Dead Gone, probably the #1 common. A lot of debate around the Stinger. That was it, the Scourge Stinger.
Sting Scourge. Sting Scourge. He's definitely been dropping as the day has gone along.
Yeah, some people had him #1, but I think he's down to 3 or 4.
He's at least down to 3 for sure.
Amongst red commons. But red's still looking great. I mean, the argument about what's the best common in Planar Chaos is it this red card or this red card? Or this red card? Or maybe this blue card?
Yeah, or maybe this blue card.
Fair. So the other interesting thing about this draft format is black. Black is all about the gambit, right? It's the consensus worst color. Nobody wants to draft black, but you ship the Strangling Soot, you ship the Tendrils, and then third pick you get shipped Endrixar.
2 different people got third pick Endrixars in their first pack. We had a second pick, Sengir and Nosferatu, hands down one of the top rares in the set. And people disliked black badly enough that they were just pushing off of lottery ticket opens. These are the cards you,
At least now I'll
dream
know
of
you're
opening.
in black.
I would, I know you're in black, and I'll give you an I win card.
So it's really a gambit. Nobody wants to be in black, but if you're the only one, then it's awesome.
But by the end of the day, we've certainly seen people who had done a lot of practice,
right,
and knew what they wanted to do coming in, and in fact knew that they wanted to be black. We have a big bomb pick. We can't talk about it. We just can't talk about stuff.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. But I mean, we'll give you a really good example of someone who knew what they wanted to do and did something kind of unthinkable.
Yep. So that's the story here from Prague. You got Planar Chaos getting drafted. People are figuring out what the best cards are. 7 rounds in the books, 8 rounds to go tomorrow, 2 drafts left. We'll boil it down to a top 8 that'll play off for $40,000, a ton of pro points, the lead in the Player of the Year race, and the memory of being a Pro Tour champion.
And Kenji Samura and Takuya Usawa smashing into each other tomorrow at 7-0.
I'll be here. I hope you guys tune in. I'm Randy Buehler for Brian David Marshall. We are signing off. Day 1 is in the books.